Hi, my name is Abiola Segun-Williams, and you're welcome to my world. This is my story. Some years back, my brother was telling me the story of a family in those days when he was still here in Nigeria. There was this woman who was finding it very difficult to get pregnant. She had been married for some years and she wasn't getting pregnant, and it was really traumatic for her. And her mother-in-law showed her something called pepe, showed her shaggy. She, with her daughters, who were now that lady's sister-in-laws, showing her shaggy Pro Max, who come to the house, deride her, sing songs, and then was not saying, this woman like man, we don't understand what's happening. Was counting the years of their marriage and no child was coming. So what happened? This woman cried unto the Lord, like Anna cried unto the Lord. She went to, so the church she was going, I can't remember the name of the church now, a Pentecostal church. So they were doing something for women that were looking for the fruit of the womb. So she went, and miraculously she got pregnant. Her womb was open and she started having children. Then one of her sisters-in-law got married. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. She wasn't getting pregnant. Do you know what happened? The mother-in-law now came to meet her and said, hey, you know how this world is? Please, can you take my daughter to that place that you went, whatever they did for you, please, can you show my daughter? And the lady said, I didn't go anywhere, it's church. It's inside church. If you want to, let her come to church. And the mother-in-law said, was it just church? He said, yes, it was just church. I said, anytime she wants to, let her come, and I'll take her to church. What is the lesson here today? What you cannot take, don't give it. You were deriding another person's child, forgetting that you have a daughter as well. And the same thing that happened to this other person's child can happen to your own child. Another story similar to this, but in this situation it was a man. There was this lady outside of Nigeria. She had been married for some years, quite a few years actually, and they were not having children. So she went to do tests, and they showed something was wrong, and then they put her on medication. And after the medication, the situation had sort of like balanced out and she was okay. But she still wasn't conceiving. So her doctor said, you know what? Let your husband come. Let's run a test, So the husband went for the test because he was so sure that it could impregnate a woman. Now, don't forget that before now, maybe like 7-8 years into their marriage without children, he had become very abusive and used to abuse her and say, like inferred that she was a barren, and actually called her barren, And of course, it was very painful. And he used to just say, you can't get pregnant, we don't know what you have done before you claim to have become born again. Claim to have become born again. And this and that. that he had gotten some women pregnant before. I said, he? When I heard the story, I was like, eh? And, he had told them to get rid of it because he wasn't ready to get married and he didn't want to marry somebody or anybody because of pregnancy, which makes sense. But telling somebody to go and abort, anywho. So he went to prove a point that he wasn't the problem. So when he got there, they did the test. And they found out that the guy could not impregnate his wife or anyone for that matter because his sperm were not available. So I was now thinking that when he was saying that he had impregnated some women before, what happened? Did an accident happen? Or the women were lying? Or human beings are very funny. They could have been lying to him. But you see, the fact that you will use someone's circumstance to abuse them, to deride them, not knowing that the same thing can happen to you. As human beings, we need to be very, very careful. We need to be very, very careful. How we think, how we rate other people, how we talk to other people. Because nobody knows tomorrow. You don't know what could happen to you tomorrow. You don't know if you'll be in the same position that person that you abused will be. So sometimes, and a lot of times in recent times, a lot of times, I have been correcting myself. I've been looking back and taking a cursory look at myself from inside out to caution myself, to redirect myself. And I found out that as human beings on this earth, nothing remains the same forever. Anything can change at any time. Thank you for listening to me. See you on the other side of my story. Ciao.